The Buddha didn't write a self-help book. If he had, the last video would have ended with 7 steps to a happier life and a referral code for an essential oil. Instead, the last video ended with something stranger. The Buddha said, "There is a path out of all this, a way to end the wanting that doesn't end." And then he named it, with a precision you usually associate with engineering manuals. He called it the Eightfold Path. Not 3 steps, not 7 habits, 8 folds. And the choice of word matters. Not stages, not levels, not commandments. Folds, like the folds of a single cloth. You don't do fold 1 and then fold 2, you do all 8, all the time, with whatever attention you have. So tonight we're going to walk through them one by one, but not the way they're usually taught. Not as a list to memorize, as an operating manual for the moments that actually trip you up. The email you almost sent, the meeting where you'd assumed wrong about a colleague, the 5 seconds after the cashier handed you back too much change, because that's where the path actually lives. Not in monasteries, in Tuesday afternoons. A note about the word right before we go any further. You'll hear me say it 8 times. Right view, right intention, right speech. And every time I say it, your modern ear is going to flinch a little. The word right sounds moralistic. It sounds like a parent. It sounds like the version of yourself that already knows what you should do but isn't doing it. That isn't what the Buddha meant. The Pali word is sama. It doesn't mean morally correct. It means skillful, aligned, fitting. Like a wheel fitting an axle, like a key fitting a lock. When the Buddha says right speech, he doesn't mean speech you'd get in trouble for. He means speech that fits what you actually want, fits what the moment actually is, like that fits your own deepest sense of yourself. If you keep that in mind, skillful, not correct, the whole path opens up. The Buddha isn't wagging a finger at you. He's handing you a tool you'd been looking for. 8 folds, traditionally grouped into 3. 2 folds about how you see the world. 3 folds about how you act in it. 3 folds about how you train the inside of your own head. Wisdom, ethics, discipline. Or if you want a useful shorthand, what you see, what you do, how you keep your mind in the room. Let's start where the Buddha started. The first fold is right view. And most people get the wrong idea about what it means. They think right view is some kind of correct philosophical opinion. Believe in karma, believe in rebirth, believe in this and that. It isn't that. Right view, in the Buddha's actual teaching, is much more modest and much more powerful. It's the willingness to see what's actually in front of you, instead of what you assume is in front of you. Here's an example I think you'll recognize. You're in a meeting. A colleague snaps at you over something minor, maybe even something silly. You feel the heat in your chest. You spend the next 45 minutes building a story. They're trying to undermine me. They've been off with me for weeks. This is part of a pattern. I knew it. That afternoon, you find out their parent went into hospital this morning. They came into the meeting 20 minutes after the phone call. That gap between what you saw and what was actually happening is the gap right view closes. Not by making you a mind reader, by making you willing to admit in the moment that you might be looking at something you don't fully understand yet. That the story your mind is constructing might be one possible story among several, that a hospital somewhere might be involved. Right view isn't believing the correct things. It's holding your beliefs a little more lightly. The second fold is right intention, and it lives in the half second between feeling something and doing something. You know this half second. It's where most of your day actually happens. The harsh reply rises up, and then there's a half second, and then you either type it or you don't. The bitter thought lands, and there's a half second, and then you either feed it or you don't. Someone praises someone else, and a small sour part of you wakes up, and there's a half second, and then you either become that sour part or you let it pass through. Right intention is taking that half second seriously. The Buddha names 3 intentions specifically: renunciation, which is letting something go; goodwill, which is wishing well; and harmlessness, which is not adding to the suffering already in the room, not as goals, as postures, the way you tilt before you act. The Buddha is very precise here. He isn't saying never feel anger. Anger arrives. That's a wave you don't control. He's saying in the half second after, you have a vote. And how you vote over thousands of half seconds is how you become whoever you become. This is one of the most life-changing teachings in the canon, and almost nobody talks about it as a half-second thing, but that's where it lives. The next three folds, speech, action, livelihood, are the ethics group. They're about how you behave in the world. But again, don't read them as commandments. Read them as the same skillfulness theme applied to specific human zones. Right speech. The Buddha gave us 4 specific tests. Speech should be true. It should not be divisive. It should not be harsh. And it should not be idle. Most of us, on most days, fail at least 2 of those. Let me give you the most useful frame. Open your sent folder right now. Or, better, open your drafts folder. The emails you didn't send, the texts you held back, the Slack message you deleted before pressing enter. That drafts folder is your spiritual progress. Every message in there is a moment where you noticed, in the half second we just talked about, that what was about to come out of you wasn't going to do what you wanted it to do. It was going to be true, but harsh. Or it was going to be soothing, but a little untrue. Or it was going to be honest, but pull other people into a fight that wasn't theirs. You caught it, you closed the laptop, you walked away. Right. Speech doesn't mean saying nothing. It means catching, before the speaking, whether what you're about to say fits the actual moment. There's another way to know right speech is happening. After you've said the thing, whatever the thing was, you don't have to defend it 3 times. You don't have to over-explain. You don't have to text the person an hour later to soften it. The speech sat right because it was right. Right action. The traditional formulation lists 3 avoidances. Don't take life. Don't take what isn't given. Don't engage in sexual misconduct. Translate those into Tuesday afternoon. And what you get is something like, don't add harm where you don't have to. You're in a queue at a coffee shop. The barista is having a hard morning. You can see it. The line is long. The orders are complicated. The espresso machine is doing something unhelpful. You have a choice in the next 10 seconds. You can be the person who sighs audibly. You can be the person who asks if they could possibly speed it up. You can be the person who, when your turn comes, is curt and businesslike, as if their morning is a slight to your schedule. Or you can be the person who simply waits, says please, says thank you, treats the moment as the moment. The barista will not remember you specifically, but the next person in line might, and you will. The small choice of how you treated a tired human you'll never see again is one of the truest tests of your practice, because there's no audience for it. No reward, nothing to post about. Right action lives there, in the unwitnessed moment. Right livelihood. This one trips modern listeners up the most. People hear right livelihood and assume the Buddha is going to tell them to quit their corporate job and move to a monastery. He isn't. The classical formulation lists 5 trades to avoid. Trading in weapons, trading in living beings, trading in meat in some readings, trading in poisons, trading in intoxicants. But the spirit underneath that list is broader and more interesting. The question Right Livelihood asks is, does the way I make my money require me to make the world a little worse? That's it. You don't have to be a monk. You can be an accountant. You can be a software engineer. You can run a restaurant. The question is whether the work, as you actually do it, is honest. Whether your meetings are honest, whether your reports are honest, whether you sleep at night about what your hours on this earth produced. Some people answer that question and realize their job is fine. Most people answer it and realize certain parts of their job aren't. The team they manage in a way they don't believe in, the metric they pad slightly, the client they say yes to because saying no costs too much. Right livelihood is about those parts, not about the whole career. Now we come to the last 3 folds. The discipline group. These are the inside the head ones. These are the folds that, if I'm being honest, most people skip. Most modern Buddhism stops at ethics. Be a kind person. Watch your speech. Don't take advantage of people. That's all very nice. But the Buddha didn't stop there, and the reason he didn't is important. Ethics will make you a better neighbor. Ethics alone won't end your suffering. For that, you have to do the harder thing. You have to start training the actual organ that's generating the suffering, your own mind. 3 folds for that. Right effort is the most boring fold, and probably the most important. It's about what you do with your attention. Specifically, it's about the 4 kinds of mental gardening you can practice in any given moment. You can prevent an unhelpful state from arising. You can let go of an unhelpful state that has already arisen. You can encourage a helpful state to arise, and you can sustain a helpful state that's already there. In English, notice what your mind is doing and do something about it instead of just riding it. You notice a bitter thought about a family member you haven't spoken to in a while. Right effort says, don't feed it. Don't elaborate it. Don't write the imaginary speech you'll never give. Notice. Set down. You notice a moment of calm. Right effort says, don't immediately go look at your phone. Stay. Let the calm settle deeper. 2 more breaths. You notice envy about a friend's promotion. Right effort says, that one needs work. You can replace it slowly with happiness for them. Not by pretending, by choosing to look at their good news for what it is. This is the fold that, more than any other, makes the difference between a person who has been meditating for 10 years and a person who has just heard about meditation. Not the meditation itself. The willingness to do this small work all day in tiny doses. Right mindfulness. Now, this is the fold that has been most translated into corporate speak in our culture, so let me reclaim it. Mindfulness is not a productivity hack. The Pali word is sati. It means remembering to be here. The Buddha used it specifically because most of us live almost entirely in 2 other places. The past, which we replay, edit, argue with. The future, which we plan, dread, rehearse. The present moment, which is the only place anything actually happens, is for many people the least visited room in their house. Right mindfulness is the practice of remembering to come back to that room. You can try this in the next 10 seconds. Are you actually feeling the chair under you right now, or are you noticing it because I just mentioned it? Was your breath in the room before I said the word breath? That's the gap. The Buddha gave us 4 anchors: body, feelings, mind, dharmas. 4 places to come back to. You don't have to memorize them. Just know when you've gone wandering, you can come back. To the breath, to the weight of your hands, to the feeling in your chest, to the noticing itself. Brush your teeth this morning, were you there? Or were you already in tomorrow's meeting? Right, mindfulness doesn't make tomorrow's meeting better. It gives you back your 2 minutes of toothbrushing, and then your morning walk, and then your lunch. And gradually it gives you back your life in small recovered increments from a mind that was renting it out to anywhere else. Right concentration. The last fold, samadhi. Often translated as concentration, sometimes as absorption. This is the fold that gets the most mystical treatment in popular books. Right concentration is presented as some altered state, jhana, the absorption stages, and modern listeners reasonably go, not for me. Let me give you the non-mystical version. Right concentration is the fold that completes the other 7. It's what happens when you actually do them. When your view is clearer, your intentions are aligned, your speech is honest, your effort is steady, and your mindfulness is present, your mind starts to gather. It stops scattering across 40 browser tabs. It stops jumping between conversations you're not in. It starts being able to rest for a few breaths at a time on whatever it's actually doing. You don't need to be on a cushion for this. You can be doing the dishes. The difference between doing the dishes while doom scrolling on your phone, half attending, half resenting, and doing the dishes with your full attention is literally the difference between scattered mind and concentrated mind. The Buddha did go further. He described deep meditative states, and those states are real, and some practitioners reach them. But for most of us, most of the time, right concentration just means do the thing you're doing with the attention it deserves. Wash the dish, walk to the kitchen, listen to the person, be there for the whole exhale. That's enough. That's the start. So that's the 8. Right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. A path with 8 folds, all woven together, all happening at the same time, with whatever attention you have. The Buddha didn't say, do them in order. He didn't say, master one before starting the next. He said, walk all 8 as best you can today. Tomorrow, you'll be a little better at one of them. If this is feeling like a lot, here's a practical close. Pick one. Just one. For this week. Maybe write speech because you've been thinking about that email you almost sent. Maybe write effort because you've noticed how often you feed the bitter thought instead of letting it go. Maybe write mindfulness because you'd like to actually be present when someone you love is telling you about their day. One fold, 1 week, and then watch what happens. Not just to that fold, to the others, because they're all woven together. When you start watching your speech, your intentions come into focus. When you start practicing mindfulness, your view clears. The path doesn't ask you to be a monk, it asks you to be present in your own life for the ordinary moments where the path is actually walked. The harsh email, the cashier's mistake, the colleague's bad morning, the barista's bad espresso, the dish in the sink, the breath right now in this room while you've been listening. The path is here, always was. Thank you for sitting with this. If it was useful, if it gave you even one thing to carry into your week, then subscribing is how the next teaching finds its way back to you. New ones arrive through the week. Until then, be gentle with yourself and with the people around you.